What's up guys, Protagonist here, and today I will be doing an all-new deck profile on my Dragonic Blademaster deck. Finally, GBT-07 has given us the all-new strike for Dragonic Blademaster, which is one of the most underrated Kagero cards in the game back then. However, now he has gotten new support and really good ones as well. So what this deck does is, it is able to hard control your opponent so that your opponent will keep losing resources in order to call cards onto the field and attack you. So most of the time they also might be afraid to call units onto the field because they fear that you will burn them off instantly, effortlessly. So there are cards such as Radiant Dragon to help us with that problem. Radiant Dragon, I believe, is similar to the Narukamis effect, which for each empty rearguard circle your opponent controls, it gains power. So this deck has some outs too, opponent not calling rearguards as well. And I also really like how Dragonic Blademaster gains the additional crit to pressure opponent. Alright, so let's go on to deck profile right now, and of course I'll be explaining why I play certain cards and why you and some cards that you could use alternatively. There are some actually, because there are actually quite a lot of good cards in this set for Kagero. Alright, let's get on to it. The first great 3 to play is, of course, the MVP of the deck, Dragonic Blademaster. His ability is pretty simple. GB2, when you have more rearguards than your opponent, this unit gains 5k and 1 crit. Decent card if you run out of strides, because the additional crit and plus 5k might actually give you more pressure to your opponent. Second skill is, whenever you perform strike, you may count +1. If you do, select one opponent's rearguard and retire it. Very easy, very simple. I really like how this card is so simple yet so good, because you'll be able to snipe off units off your opponent's field, which you really don't want it to be, such as Commander Laurels, because Dimension Police is a thing right now with Commander Laurel, and cards like these are really handy to snipe off stuff. Alright, so he's really good because every time you strike, you get you basically minus off your opponent's hand size. So that's pretty much why it's so good. Alright, next, for this deck, I'll be running the secondary grade 3, which is Dragonic Overlord the Legend. The deck won't be called Dragonic the Legend Blademaster because this guy is only here just because he is actually a good card. He is self-reliant, very good to use, very handy to use because he itself can become a grade 4 if you run out of strides. Alright, his second skill is also very good. Whenever you write this card as a Vanguard, you may counter blast 1 and soul blast 1. If you do, look at the top 5 cards of the deck and select one Flame Dragon. So any Flame Dragon in this deck is full of Flame Dragons other than the Dragon Knights we play. So even you can fetch out Perfect Guard, which is really good in the deck, and of course Strike Helpers if you need. Very good effect. At the cost of one counter blast and one soul blast, you get a free +1 and potentially a very good +1. So yeah, very good card. Definitely. If you guys think of any other great 3s, please leave down in the comment section below. I actually read some of the comments. Yeah, I read good comments. I read helpful comments. Okay, I don't read shitty comments. If you know what I mean. I have tons of those. All right, let's go on to grade 2s. Grade 2s for Radiant Dragon. Radiant Dragon is the new card from GBT-07. His ability is GB1. Counter blast 1 and soul blast 1. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, so basically he is the what we call it, Steam Breath Dragon, whatever it's called. It basically, we call it the kind of archetype which is the counter blast and soul blast effect. So counter blast and soul blast 1. If this card is placed on the rearguard circle and you have a Vanguard with Dragonic Blademaster, so of course we'll be playing a Dragonic Blademaster here. So even if you write into your Dragonic Overlord, you can strike the Dragonic Blademaster is you can pull off skill because it's a Blademaster skill. Because he needs a Blademaster card name on the field, that's all. You may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's grade 1 or less rearguards and retire it. And then, until end of turn, this unit gains +2k power and a skill. If this unit is blazing, if your Vanguard is in blazing, which is 100% of most of the time, because most likely my opponent's field is gonna get decimated by my Dragonic Blademasters. If this Vanguard is blazing, this unit gains +2k power for each of your opponent's open rearguard circle. This card is amazing because most of the time I play against my opponents, they will have an empty field because I burn off their whole field or they are scared to call units. So this guy could instantly net you a +10k power Very, very good card. Really like him. He burns an opponent card. At the cost of 1 card blast on Soul Blast, he burns the opponent cards and he makes opponent cards for an additional 10k. Freaking amazing card. Nice. Next is 4 copies of Berserk Lord Dragon. You could play this card if you don't have Berserk Lord Dragon, but but honestly, the reason why I play Berserk Lord over Twilight Arrow, because Twilight Arrow is actually outclassed by Berserk Lord. Berserk Lord doesn't need to be boosted. As long as your Vanguard grade 4 attacks, you can Counter Blast 1 and snipe off one opponent's grade 2 or less units. Whereas this card have to be boosted. Sometimes you might not be able to get that booster and you might not be able to retire when you need to. So this guy is more consistent in a way. So definitely he's better than Twilight Arrow. However, I really like Twilight Arrow because it's shiny and because Mamoru actually used it. So it's a PT, of course. 3 copies of Dragonite, the 12k attacker. The reason why is because this deck already has enough retiring power, so I would definitely want to have a bit of attack power, especially with this card, which is a 11k booster. Once you have a unit that's more than 10k, this guy basically helps you hit magic number. So if you want to use the Mahmoud, yeah, the one that the same row retire, you can guard break. You could use him as well because he becomes an 11k attacker. So it's all up to player preference. This guy could be anything. I kind of like him. Yeah, because he can solo Vanguard as well. Because most of the time, if my opponent's field is gonna get destroyed all the time. So this guy is gonna be able to solo opponent's Vanguard if I don't have a booster. So that's grade 2s. Let's go on to grade 1s. Grade 1s is 4 copies of Dragonic Blademaster. He is also the new card from GBT-07. A very, very good card. His skill is Auto, Vanguard Circle, Vanguard Circle, Blaze. So what Blaze does is, as long as you have the number of Vanguards that you have is more than opponents, your Vanguard becomes blazing. Alright. His skill is once per turn, Vanguard Circle, Auto Vanguard Circle. When your opponent's Vanguard is put into the drop zone due to the effect of one of your cards, and if you have a Vanguard with Dragonic Blademaster in the name, until this turn, this unit gains a skill. When your Vanguard becomes blazing, counter charge 1, and this unit gets its 4k power. So basically, why this guy is so good is because he allows you to counter charge 1 whenever you burn, once per turn. So basically, your burns are free, which is very important because every counter blast means your opponent's gonna lose 1 card off their hands, off their field, which is equal to their hand as well. So I actually replaced this. If you watch my Cardfight video, I was using this. I kind of regret it because this guy is really, really important. There's 2 reasons to it because there are many occasions where I actually boost my Vanguard like that, and it only guards for 5k because it's only 6 plus 9, 15 only. So if you at least you get this and you don't burn any stuff, you're still gonna hit for 10k guard, which is the same if you burn 1. So this guy is more consistent and he gives you that free counter charge. So this guy is definitely really good in the deck. Play him over this. If you have this, you can play it, I guess. But I prefer you playing this. This is a common. Don't be lazy. Just get it. Yeah. Alright. 4 copies of this. VIP your deck. Yeah, let's not forget that if it's boosted by these or these, if he boosts either these units or your Dragonic Blademaster, you're gonna get 15k good guard because it's a magic number. 12k plus 11k magic number, 11k plus 11k magic number. As long as you hit above 21, your opponent has to got 5k more. So that's why he's very good. Definitely help boost the deck a lot. Alright, 4 perfect guards. Mother Op Dragon. No, sorry, it's Protect Op Dragon. So searchable by Dragonic Overlord the Legend. He's an unflippable perfect guard because this deck has a lot of potential if you have open Counter Blast, because you can burn your opponent field more. Each Counter Blast means more destruction. 4 copies of Strike Helper. Strike Helper also searches out your Dragonic Blademaster so that you will be able to ride your Blademaster most of your games. So 4 copies because this deck is also a strike deck. And next is another new card, Dragonite Roya. So here's a new card from GB7. It's a rare. His skill, Vanguard Circle, Blaze. Oh, I forgot to mention something. I believe this guy doesn't have a GB1 or GB2 skill, so you can use it even early game. I don't know how you're gonna get burn one. Oh, I guess you could Gatling claw your opponent's regards if you have a Dragonic Blademaster Vanguard, and you can counter charge 1. So basically getting claw for free. Yeah, so that's good. Alright, Royal skill. At the end of this battle, this unit attacks is when this unit attacked or is boosted, so basically it's boosting. If your Vanguard is in blazing, you may bind this card face up, your bind zone. If you do, in the bind zone, it has a skill. GB1, at the beginning of your guard step of the battle that your Vanguard is attacked, you may call this card the Guardian Circle. If you do, it gains a 5k shield. So it's great because it gains a +1 basically. Okay, you lose one card, but it becomes a 10k shield later on to protect your life. So I just use it 2 copies attack. I used to use Calamity Tower Wyvern, but however now that I kind of need a soul, I kind of drop it for this guy because this deck, it allows the deck to get more defense, which is nice. Alright, let's go on triggers. For the triggers, I apologize if I don't have the double R Blademaster ones because I don't know where they all went. So for now, I'm just gonna play 8 crits. I also do not have Gatling Claw Dragons because they're all gone. Yeah, because I sold my deck back then. I couldn't find the Gatling Claw. Bushido reprint, please. And 4 Mother of Dragons because it is a Flame Dragon and G Guardians is great. Especially Kagero's G Guardians is amazing. Finally, starter we have here is no idea what his name is, but his ability is while he's in a Vanguard circle, if your opponent's unit is retired due to an effect of a Kagero unit, Kagero Vanguard, and you control a Kagero Vanguard, you may put this guy into your soul. If you do, your opponent selects one of his own unit as retired. So it's really good because no Counter Blast is free cost, goes into your soul for your Soul Blast cost. Your opponent retire one, you snipe upon your opponent's unit. You don't really snipe, your opponent selects. Snipe is only the term when you actually get to select, that's called snipe. 1 copy. He's definitely one of my favorite Kagero starters because he's free cost. Alright, let's go on to the G Zone. The long-awaited 4 copies of Supreme Heavily Emperor Dragon, Dragonic Blademaster Taiten. I suppose, is it Titan or Titan? It's Taiten. Alright, what he does is Vanguard Vanguard Circle. Wait, Vanguard Vanguard Circle. Yeah, yes, Vanguard Vanguard Circle. For some reason, it's not like we're gonna call this a Vanguard Circle, but whatever. His skill is activate once per turn GB2, counter blast 1 and choose a face down card in your G zone and turn it face up. It could be any G card in your G zone, so you could turn this up if you want. If you're dumb, you can turn anything up. Okay, his skill is choose up to the same number of your opponent's regards as the number of face up cards Supreme Heavily Emperor in your G zone. So if this is something like the Clotenius, which you can do more and more. So first strike, you're definitely going to be retiring 1 at least. Second strike, you can retire 3 units. That's amazing. For each Titan in your G zone, retire them, and until end of turn, this unit gains a skill. Continuous Vanguard Circle. If this unit is blazing, which is guaranteed pretty much, this unit gains us 1 crit. So yeah, pressure card. So this guy is a very controlling card because at second strike, okay, first strike is gonna be like this. Sorry, your first strike is gonna be something else. You're gonna GB unless you previously G Guardian. First strike. Second strike, you strike once, you burn 1. The third strike, you could either strike once, burn 2, or you could flip out and burn 3. Yeah. So that's why this card is pretty good. Because it has tons of burn power. So at the cost of 1 counter blast, you will be potentially burning 3 cards. Very, very powerful card. Alright, so 4 copies of Titan. Finally, we've got him. I'm really happy. I really love to play him. 4 copies of Novel Vic. Novel Vic is one of the best Kagero finishers until today, due to the fact that your opponent can't perfect guard a G unit is just ridiculous. Counter blast 1 and select a copy of Novel Vic Le Express on your G zone and flip it face up. If you do, your opponent can only call grade 1s, cannot call grade 1s and above to the Guardian Circle from the hand. And if your opponent is at 5 or more damage, you cannot trigger effects are nullified. So your opponent cannot def you against this monster. So use this card when your opponent is at 4 or 5 damage. If you don't guard, you check crit, it's definitely game. Alright. Next is 2 copies of Root Flare Dragon. Does that because you want more retire power. Yeah. Basically at free cost, activate, flip a copy of yourself face up, and burn 1 column. So free. No Counter Blast retiring is just too good. So 2 copies is fine. Next is normally our first strikes. unless you G-Guard in before. Mustafa and Vortex Dragonite. Vortex Dragonite is effect. Vortex Desire effect is when this unit attacks the Vanguard, it may flip up a G unit face up. So most of the time, might be flipping this up, and it gains a skill. When this unit attack hits the Vanguard, for each card on your Vanguard circle, you can retire 1. So when attack hits, most likely retire 2. If you're in Legion, you can retire 3. So yeah. So in the first strike, you have 2 choices, either Mustafa or him. If you think your opponent will let you hit, just go for him. Attack hit, you can retire 1. Otherwise, if you think your opponent will guard it because he has a very important rear guard, use Mustafa's skill. Activate once per turn, Count Blast 1, snipe off on the opponent's unit, and you have to flip out one G zone face up, G card face up. And even though not relevant, his skill is, if you flip and he gains a skill, select a unit for each Mustafa face up. So, but this guy's the only one I play. Select one unit, and if the unit attack hits the Vanguard, you can counter charge 1. But not relevant. Just there to guarantee snipe. Alright, next is G Guardians. 2 copies of Astral Orb Dragon. The reason why I play English is because my second one, I don't have a second one. So yeah, okay, there's you could play 2 Griffins instead. But however, I feel that this deck has so much retiring power. The Griffins sometimes kind of hinder my strategy because I want to retire during my main phase, not during my opponent's phase. And this deck already has enough retiring. I prefer to have more defense. So I'm definitely prefer to play this Orb Dragon instead of Griffins. But if I play 2 Griffins and 1 Orb, it's fine. Because I'll be playing 1 Screw as well, just in case of huge powers. So, okay, this is the new card from our from the GBT-07. Basically what Griffin does is, when this card enters the Guardian Circle, you become +1. If you do, you retire the attacking unit. So if your opponent is at 1 million attack power, you think you can't guard? Nope, just gotta burn you off. And you gotta guard. At the cost of 1 Count Blast, which is amazing against cards like Tidal Assault, because you know it's gonna restand, just burn it off, it's not gonna restand anymore. So 1 copy is fine. You don't play 2 because your meta is a Kofasebi, just go ahead and change out 1 Orb Dragon. Yeah. 1 Screw. When a face up, you can only activate skill when you have a face up G card. Discard 1 against 10k power. So 10k shields. So 25k shield against next stages. Perfect. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on my Dragonic Blademaster deck. If you wish to see more deck profiles, be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. Peace out, and I love you guys. Rawr.